or base pace. I always let my treadmill run for a second and then I get on it and then I increase my pace. I was told it helps the belt last a little longer. My base pace is going to be what is the minimal pace that's needed for loading my hips and keeping my bones strong. So 3.1 miles an hour. And you want to, at this active level, I hope that you are comfortable not holding onto the treadmill, that you have a reciprocal pattern, opposite arm and leg moving together. Your base pace, if you're like, whoa, that's fast for me, then take it down. Take it down to 2.5 or 2.7, and with time, you'll gradually bring it back up. And if the 2.5 feels fast, then I really think you should start at the beginner level, because that's actually where I start, is the 2.5. But I do also encourage you there to start at 2.0. If you're at 3.1 and you're going, Margaret, that doesn't challenge me at all, then try this one workout, and if it doesn't, move up to the athletic. So it's a 20-minute trial. You'll get a good workout of it anyways. We're doing our 4 minutes of this base pace that we're going to come back to every time between our 20 seconds of high intensity brisk walking, light jogging, whatever the pace you're comfortable pushing yourself to. You can bring yourself to a pace, and every time you come to the 20-second interval, you might keep the same pace that you picked the very first time. I have found over the years that my body adapts better if I go at a pace that challenges me as the first one, and then my body's warmed up, I'm going to go a little bit faster and then a little bit faster. But I've learned what the speeds are that I'm comfortable with. So if you're not at all sure, be kind to yourself. Document what you did. Make a little note. Felt easy, felt hard, so that you know where you're going with your workout. You know whether or not, after 4 intensities, maybe it was enough. So just really important that you tune in to what your body is letting you know. And we have just over a minute. Some of you will be manually bringing your pace up. Some of you will be using a quick speed. I'll often use the quick speed if I'm going to jump, like from 3 to 8, because it'll do it for me. There's not so much pressing. But right now, if I'm walking at 3.1, and I'm going to bring it up to a brisk pace of 3.8, I'll probably just push the fast button on the speed. My incline is going to stay at 0 the entire time. That's always a variable that you can play with. But for right now, the only variable we're going to change during the high intensity is going to be the speed. So 20 seconds before takeoff. And really make sure you have those elbows bent. Remembering that arm speed dictates leg speed. Keep a nice tall posture. All right, let's start bringing it up. So we're at the pace we need to be at the 4-minute mark. Good. 20 seconds. Focus on your breath. And take it right back down to the base pace of 3.1. Good, or whatever pace you chose. Now, if you have some arthritis in your fingers and pushing your control button is not a happy place for your fingers, then by all means, if you have a little lip like I do, you can just bring your thumb down. Thumbs generally are a stronger digit. You can push with your thumb. If you have a quick speed, you could bring a quick speed back to your walking pace. The next time we increase our speed is going to be at 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Now, keeping your hands pointing straight ahead is a really great gift that the treadmill gives you, because you have a visual cue. You know, you have the treadmill here that's going, oh, where are my hands relative to the numeric pad or relative to the percent grade pad? And you can go, oh, my hands, are they pointing straight ahead, or are my hands crossing my body? You see so many people doing this, and it's a lot of wasted energy and force and a lot more torque on the spine than it needs to be. So treadmill is often a great place to allow you to correct some of the movement patterns that you've developed over the years. I see lots of them with lots of different clients. Oftentimes people are rotating one way more than the other. And certainly if I do many more of these videos, I'm going to flip my treadmill the other way, because over the last few videos, I've just been rotating more to the left. And if I was a cashier and doing that always to the left or always to the right, or walking my dog always to one side, I would develop these patterns. And I am talking way too much, and we need to go up into our pace. Next pace up. It's going to take me into a light jog. Bring it to a pace that is comfortable for you. We're doing 20 seconds. Almost done. 3, 2, 1, and bring it back down. Good job. Oops. Now, another thing in regards to teaching is, because over the years I've often taught aerobic classes, different classes, and my mouth is always open. So I read a book called Breath, and the challenge is that we have a much more efficient breath when we breathe in and out through our nose. And so if this workout is easy for you and you want to challenge yourself in a different way, exactly, work with keeping your mouth closed. Obviously, that's for just those of you who can breathe and have a good open nasal passage, that you work out with your mouth closed. And there was a challenge I introduced early in the calendar year. It was quite the challenge, but it did improve my cardiorespiratory function. So, but be patient with yourself introducing that. We are going up in speed in 10 seconds. I'm going to take it to 5 miles an hour. You should take it to whatever challenge feels comfortable for you. All right, we're there for 20 seconds. Four, 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Good job. All right, walk it out to the 11-minute mark. Now, a lot of you might have started and went, oh, it's a bit chilly where you're running. And right now you're like, oh, I really need to open the window. This is a good time. What you could do, just unstraddle. Don't stop the treadmill, just straddle off. Go open your window, grab a quick sip if you need to. And then bring yourself back on the sides. Make sure your safety string is on. and then just follow the treadmill and come right back on. Also really important, and sorry I demonstrated without actually moving a whole lot, but if you are going to do that, don't just stop. Keep the weight bearing from side to side. Really important, so that your heart's pumping hard. You want the blood to be returning to your heart. So don't ever just stop. You can walk around your room or weight bear side to side on the treadmill. All right. 30 seconds before we do our next interval. Ten seconds. So that means in about 3 seconds, we are going to start increasing. This is a good time right now. I'm going to go to 5.5. You should go to whatever challenge feels right for you. Keeping those hands pointing forward. Nice, and bring it right back down. And it drops fast, so then bring it back to your base pace. Good. Good, so hopefully what you're feeling is like you're like a little bit more breathless, that you're going, wow, that's, every time you increase the pace, that you might find one that feels just right. Circle that when you write these down after, because the next time you do it, you might, I'll increase maybe a little bit more rapidly instead of, 0.5 or 0.7 miles an hour at a time. You might go, oh, I feel good at 4, 4.5, 5. You might be increasing, bigger or smaller. You might go, wow, at 5.5, it felt really good. And when we get to 1320, our next speed, you might go a little bit faster and go, whoa, that doesn't feel comfortable at all. And then go, oh, the 5.5 is my perfect speed, or whatever that speed is for you. But the exciting thing, if you write things down after, is in a month or in 2 months time, you might go, wow, I can't believe that 5.5 was my fast speed, because, by then you might be doing 6. And, your body will respond to your workouts. We're at 13, coming up 10 seconds, and we are going to start to increase very shortly. I'm going to take it up again. This time I'm going to go to 5.8. Oops, not 6. Three, 2, 1, and bring it back down. Good job. All right, we have just 1 to go. So enjoy these 2 minutes. Nice easy breathing. If you weren't able to keep your mouth closed during the high intensity part, see if you can keep it closed right now. You are going to be breathing harder. So you'll find that just forces you to change your breath, that you're going to be forced to use more diaphragmatic breathing and take a fuller, deeper breath in. Just explore what it does to your breath. We have 1 more minute before we go up in pace, so just take that time to explore what nose breathing does for you, all the while keeping in mind arms straight ahead, tall posture. Good. In 30 seconds, we'll be doing our last and final 20-second interval. Bring it back to a pace that was good for you. Or if you're like, I think I could do it a little bit faster, go for it. Just take it up a couple more decimal points. And we're going to start increasing now. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it down. Nice job. Woo, good job. So 4-second cool down. Bring your hands up above the bar. That's if you have a similar bar. Keep that motion coming from your mid-back, your thoracic spine, as the hands keep pointing straight ahead. If you have access to a mirror, really nice to always look over and go, you know, am I keeping my ear over my shoulder over my hip? And so that oftentimes people might get into the habit of looking at their iPhone or reading on a treadmill, and it brings them into these forward postures. Really inefficient and puts a lot of stress on our shoulders and neck. So just thinking nice and tall. Now, I did maintain my base pace throughout. Started at 3.1, in between the intervals came back to 3.1. But that's just because I've been doing these for, 6 to 8 years, a long time. So when I started, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm going way down. I'm recovering, I need to recover. So, do what your body needs to do. And with time, again, just keep track and you'll just be more comfortable and more able to maintain a base pace that feels right for you. You have 2 more minutes. And really important in the cool down, just like when I jumped off the treadmill earlier, that if you feel like you're not bringing your heart rate down, at a pace that's going to allow you to feel comfortable just walking off at the 20-minute mark, then slow it right down. Just bring it down to 2.5 or 2. If you're going to just, step off and you're still breathing heavy, you might all want to say a sentence right now and make sure that you're just comfortable, saying today's Tuesday, and that you're not short of breath and out of breath. All of these parameters will improve. As you become more cardiovascularly fit, you will recover faster. It'll take you 2 minutes to get to a pace that took you 5 minutes before, or 4 minutes. So everything gets better with time. So just keep all that in mind. Be patient with yourself. This is a high intensity workout. It's not something I want you doing every day. You can mix it up with the other treadmill workouts that I'm going to have for you, where we're going to be playing with percent grade or longer speeds, or maybe a combination of both. But for right now, this one you do once or twice a week, it's awesome. Now, weight bearing, which is what this is, it's a great weight bearing workout. And it's a great way to stimulate the mitochondria, the energy cells in your muscles. But it's not sufficient to keep your spine strong if you're looking for a good spine strengthening workout. I want you to look at the playlist that I have for you that's all about strength training at an active level to ensure that you keep your spine strong as well. We have 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. And you did great. Thanks for joining me today, and have a great day.